Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Professor Azhar Ali Shah at the University of Sindh. Welcome to my class of Artificial Intelligence, Week 9, Lecture 1. And today we'll be discussing adversarial search. Now, you know, search means the process of finding something carefully, thoughtfully. But what about adversarial? Yes. Adverse means something which is opposite, something which is against, something which is harmful, something which is not favorable. So adversarial search basically relates to the situation, which is a conflict situation, which is a dispute situation, which is a tense situation, which is a competitive situation, which is a trade situation, where each player, where each agent, where each party is trying to maximize the game and minimize the loss so as to win the situation. So this is the overall environment, and this environment is common in our real life and everywhere, in every situation, in every field, in every discipline. So this is what today we will be discussing. Today we will be introducing the definition of the adversarial search, the features and the parameters and the diagrammatic or schematic representation of adversarial search and the fields and the domain where it is applicable. So let's start with the presentation. So these presentations will be uploaded in the Sindh University Learning Management System. So you can watch these presentations before the lecture online session, and you can note down the questions, and during the online session we will discuss and address these questions. So the topic of adversarial search is subdivided into 6 topics, and it starts with the definition of what is adversarial search, which is followed by applications of adversarial search in games. So it is a vast variety of applications, but we will be focusing in terms of games because game theory is very important, and if you understand game theory and the application of adversarial search in game theory, then you can relate it, then you can implement it in a vast variety of disciplines and subjects. So the whole working mechanism of adversarial search is on the basis of an algorithm which is called min-max algorithm or minimum maximum algorithm. Minimum means minimize the loss, and maximize means maximize the gain. So these are the two strategic positions, these are the two strategic goals in this search: minimize the loss and maximize the gain. So we'll be discussing how this algorithm works. And then there are some shortcomings or problems of minimize maximize algorithm, for which we will be providing a solution in terms of alpha beta pruning. So there is a complete lecture on alpha beta pruning, which is an improvement of the minimize maximize algorithm. And then we'll discuss some game playing, how this algorithm basically used in different types of games and how these games play and what happens behind the scene. And then we will be discussing in a complete lecture exercises, what practically you can do with this algorithm, with this adversarial search. Okay, so look at this picture. On the left side, you see there are two persons of different gender, and they are in a tense situation, fighting with each other. So it is a conflict situation, it is a battle situation, it is a dispute situation. And on the right side, you see there are more than one agents, more than one persons on each side. There are two groups of people or two parties of people, and they are again in a tense situation, in a conflict situation, in a dispute situation. So these two pictures just show us just remind us the scenes in the real life where you can apply the adversarial search. So it could be two agents or multiple agents, more than two agents. It is always more than one, but it may be two or more than two multiple agents. So it is a multiple agent environment which exhibits the conflict, which exhibits the dispute. And this is very important to remember in terms of the adversarial search. I especially added these pictures because one picture is worth 1,000 words. And if you see the picture, it makes you clear the idea of the topic, the idea which we are discussing. So, what do you think when we have this type of situation? How we resolve it? How we resolve the conflict? How we resolve the dispute? How we resolve the fight? Where do we go? Yes, we go to the system of court, the judicial system, Adalat. So here is a system of judicial or legal procedure, which is also called adversarial system of justice, which is common in every country, every society. In our country, civil court, starting from civil court, session court, high court, supreme court, they are all examples of the adversarial system of justice. Now, what happens in this system of justice? If there are two parties which are in dispute, one is plaintiff, or one is the petitioner who has made the petition, who has made the claim, and the one is the defendant or the respondent against whom the claim has been made. And they both parties are represented by legal experts, experts of the field, and they make the arguments, they give the arguments, they provide the evidence, and this is all observed by an independent and impartial judge or jury. And then once all the arguments are finished, all the evidences are finished, then the judge, the jury gives the decision, the verdict. So one of the party wins and one of the party loses. Now it depends upon the strategic arguments and the evidences. Each move, each argument is very important, and it must be minimizing the loss and maximizing the gain. This is the strategy which is to be deployed by the advocate of each party. So this legal system of justice is based on the adversarial mechanism. What is other system of justice? It is inquisitorial. Inquisitorial means you assign the task, you assign the investigation to the judge, and the judge goes and investigates, becomes in his own life. That is, for example, when there is some specific issue, some specific murder, some specific conflict, and the government constitutes a committee, high-level committee, judicial committee, or JIT, Joint Investigation Team, to probe, to investigate. That is inquisitorial, in which the question is answered by the judge and examined by the judge. This is the adversarial system of justice, which is common, which is starts from the civil, goes to the Supreme Court, and it is in every country. So now this is not the only situation where the adversarial search would be deployed. There are many other situations, many other scenes which we will discuss. But the next slide shows that this adversarial system of justice is based on addressing the questions relating to the dispute, relating to the conflict. What happened? Why it happened? Why it happened? Where it happened? Who did it? And so many other questions. And the related evidence, which is very important. And the purpose is to find the answer, to find the facts, to find the truth. And once the truth is clear, truth is evident, then the judge gives the decision. Okay. So this slide shows that if it is a legal adversarial situation, then one person or one party will be called plaintiff. Plaintiff means who makes the petition, who makes the claim, who goes first to the judicial system. And defendant means against whom the charge has been made, who is going to defend, who is going to respond to the claim by the petitioner. The terminology is different regarding different domains, regarding different fields, regarding different disciplines. But the situation is common. If it is a game, what happens in game? There are multiple agents. For example, board games we play, chess, tic-tac-toe, many other games. We compete against each other. We take the moves, take the decisions, take the actions, thinking carefully what the other person is moved, what the other person is taking the action. And we try to maximize our gain, maximize our score, and minimize the loss so that we protect ourselves and also proceed ourselves, try to make ourselves successful in order to win the game. So game is a competitive environment, the conflict environment. So it is between you and the other person who is your opponent, who is your opposite. So in terms of games, it would be player 1 and player 2, it would be multiplayer. And in general, in terms of the artificial intelligence, regardless of any discipline, regardless of any field, we'll be calling it agent 1 versus agent 2 in the terms and in the terminology of the artificial intelligence. Agent 1 versus agent 2. So this is the situation that one agent is performing or behaving against the other agent, and they are competing to maximize and minimize their objectives of interest. Then this situation basically relates to the adversarial search. Okay, so when we developed the algorithm, when we discussed the representation of the real world in the artificial world, through the artificial intelligence, we make some assumptions. Whenever we make any model, we make the assumptions. So the assumptions for adversarial search are that there are 2 or more than 2 agents involved, and they take the alternative moves. One agent moves, takes the move, and then the other agent takes the move, and their actions are opposite. Each one trying to harm the other and get the benefit, get the profit. And this situation is fully observable. Fully observable means it is open and it is transparent. All the information is available and it is disclosed. It is not, nothing is hidden or secret. Okay, so all these parameters, all these features, all this terminology is depicted through this schematic diagram, which shows the adversarial search mechanism or procedure or model in terms of the artificial intelligence. So adversarial search environment is fully observable. If the condition is true, yes, then the next check is it multi-agent, more than one agent? If the condition is true, yes, then we ask, is it sequential or non-sequential? Sequential means it takes the sequence of order in consideration. One agent makes the move or takes the action in the other. And if it is not sequential, then the order does not matter and actions and moves could be taken randomly. So if it is a sequential, then we ask whether it is discrete. And for sequential, it needs only and only to be discrete. Discrete means having 2 outcomes, 0 or 1, 1 or 0. There are no other options in between. If it is discrete, then yes, It is represented by the game tree. And game tree we will discuss, game tree search which we will discuss, which is based on the game theory. And this game theory is very popular. Nobel Prizes have been given and to the scientists who proposed this theory and also worked on this. And if it is not sequential, if it is sequential, if it is non-sequential, then again we ask whether it is non-sequential, but it is discrete or continuous. If it is discrete, then non-sequential discrete game of matrices. Matrices will have multiple agents, will have no sequence, will have randomness. And if it is continuous, then non-sequential and continuous. Then continuous means there will be infinite number of moves, infinite number of strategies, and they will be continuously, agents will be continuously taking up to the infinite. So the number of moves, number of strategies are not restricted, are not finite, as is case in the discrete situation. So these are some checks, these are some constraints which need to be addressed, which need to be answered before applying the algorithm of adversarial search. So when you are going to make the model of a real world to be solved through the adversarial search, you have to apply this check. Now where, in which disciplines adversarial search would work, this situation is available in many disciplines as you see, and they are all very, very important disciplines and fields and situations. So it shows the importance of the adversarial search. Could be used in economy. Economy, you see, is a competitive environment. Each country competes with other countries. Each institute, each organization, business organization, trade organization competes with other. So marketing, this all depends upon the competition. Whenever there is competition, there are opposite partners, there are opposite competitors against whom you have to make the strategic decision to win and to maximize your profit, your business. And similarly, in the discipline of biology, especially the Darwinian evolution could be resolved, could be implemented with the help of the adversarial search, as it is based on the competitive environment. Philosophy, yes, morality versus free will. There is a dispute, there is a conflict, and we can use this adversarial search algorithm to resolve this dispute. Politics, votes, polls, contests, yes, adversarial search. Anthropology, again the evolution, human tree, and human species, families, classes. There is a competition, there is a competitive environment, there is a disputed environment where we can apply the adversarial search. And recently, more recently, adversarial search is also being applied in computer networks for data grounds, data packets which are routing through different channels, through different paths. They are competing and hence could be resolved with the help of the adversarial search. The war, fight, battle, it is a conflict situation and it requires strategic decision making. And this strategic decision making could take help of the artificial intelligence, could take help of the adversarial search. Looking at the moves, looking at the actions of the opponent, of the enemy, what would be the most optimal action, what would be the most optimal move, careful move, thoughtful move to counter and to give loss to the opponent, enemy, and gain our position in the winning order. And similarly, the last one you see is a table of negotiation between two parties. They are under dispute, under conflict. For example, the labor and the management. Labor organization of any institute any organization, and the management. There is any issue, any conflict on any particular item, and they are having the talks, they are having the dialogue, the situation is tense, and this situation is the adverse situation. Each party is trying to win. Management trying to win their point, and the labor trying to win their point. Now, what would be the outcome? It depends upon the careful and thoughtful moves and actions by both of the parties. So which party asserts and which party wins depends upon the intelligence, depends upon the wisdom, depends upon the facts, depends upon the evidence, depends upon the argument, depends upon the logic. So it is very important. So all of these scenes, these are some of the scenes, not all of, some of the scenes which from some of the important disciplines, and these are the disciplines which we really care about, which are of interest to every one of us. So you see, the computer scientist, the computer science is penetrating in all the disciplines, all the fields. So you see the importance of this discipline. Without computer science, without artificial intelligence, without computing, almost all of the disciplines are incomplete. They cannot work properly, they cannot function properly. In order to modernize all of these disciplines, we need to penetrate the artificial intelligence. Okay, so today we just described what is adversarial search. We went through the assumptions, we went through the scenarios, we went through the applications, we went through the disciplines, the fields, the examples, related it with the real world, and I think whole picture about the adversarial search is clear. Yes, if you have any questions, we'll be discussing in the online session. You see, this is the beauty of video lectures. You can watch these video lectures before the online session, note the questions which we will be discussing. If you miss the online session, you miss the class, you can later on retrieve this video. And it's also easy for teachers to save the time, not to repeat same thing again and again, and use their time. We can play this during the lecture, online session, or even the offline session in the class. We can play this video, pause this video, discuss it very easily, and all the contents are there. It makes learning, it makes teaching more attractive and productive and beneficial for both students as well as the teachers. So finally, there are acknowledgements. I'm thankful to this website where from I have taken some slides and also some pictures, and this book, which is the textbook, which we are referring throughout this course. So thank you very much. And in the next lecture, we will be discussing the applications of the adversarial search in the domain of the games. So different types of games and how adversarial search is being deployed there. So thank you very much. Keep watching and keep learning, and provide your feedback, your questions. I'll be uploading this video on the YouTube channel, so you can ask the questions in the comments, you can give the feedback. This is our first experience of video lectures. So naturally, it would need some improvements, and these improvements will be based upon your suggestions, your opinion, your reviews. So if it is good, appreciate. If it needs some improvement, please do not hesitate to give us suggestions. Thank you very much.